Hey there, gorgeous. Hope you're having a beautiful day. It is such a pleasure to see you. In this video, I'm sharing my top 3 favorites, both from the drugstore side and the high-end side, for a beautifully flawless finish on the skin. 3 easy products you can use to achieve this look. So if this is something you have been looking for, I got you covered. I'm applying the drugstore makeup to this side of my face today and the high-end makeup to this side today. I'm not saying these products are dupes of one another. I'm simply sharing these as comparative products you can use both from the affordable side and the high-end side to get that flawless skin look. So for a drugstore, one of my most favorite foundations because of how it makes the skin look is the one from e.l.f. This is the Flawless Satin Foundation. This has a medium coverage to it. The shade that I use is Snow. It is one that requires a primer. So if you have oily skin like moi, I would highly recommend wearing a primer underneath. And you can see why I love it, and it is extremely affordable. I want to say it's under $5 for this foundation last I checked. Flawless finish to the skin. On the high-end side, one of my absolute favorite foundations is from Lancome, and that is the Teint Idole Ultra Wear. The shade that I use is 110 IVOC. Similar to the e.l.f. foundation, this does have a medium coverage to it, and it gives you that same flawless look to your skin. It's a very even coverage, really easy to blend in. I find myself going more towards medium coverage foundations when I do go for a foundation, simply because I'm getting away from that full coverage look. I mean, I love being able to see some of my freckles through my foundation. Didn't always used to be that way, but I'm getting more, accustomed to my own skin and owning who I am, and I'm loving that feature about myself. And it wasn't always like that. I used to hate my freckles. But it's when you begin to embrace your flaws is when you will find true joy, true happiness, true completeness. And there's something to be said for that. For the under eye area, one of my absolute favorite concealers from the drugstore is the one from Catrice Cosmetics. This is the TrueSkin High Cover Concealer. This is a waterproof formula. It's really, really good. I can tell you what, you can swim in this and it won't move. The shade that I use is 10 Cool Cashmere. And the way that I apply concealer is I put a little dot on the inner corner and then one on the outer corner. And I will use the warmth of my finger to blend it in. And I mean, that's really all I use. And this not only keeps your under eye area looking non-cakey, but it looks fresh. It doesn't really look like you're wearing anything under your eyes. It prevents creasing, settling into fine lines. There's so many great things that come from applying a small amount of concealer with your finger. And especially with these high cover formulas, because they are so high coverage, you really don't need much. Case in point. How beautiful is that? Ah, love it. From the high-end side, one of my other favorites is from Hourglass. I forgot the name of this. I think it's their Vanish. There it is, Creme Vanish Concealer. Same method of application with this one as I did with the Catrice one earlier. The difference with this one is it is really, the other one is really, really pigmented too, but the Hourglass one is extremely pigmented. And this alone, this may be too much, so I'm gonna wipe it off on a paper towel I have here. What I will tell you about the Hourglass concealer is that it's not one I would recommend for dry skin because it is a little drying underneath the eyes. And so if you do use this one, I would highly recommend applying a under eye cream before applying it so that you get that hydration underneath the eyes, and that will help to avoid some of that dried look that it can give the under eye area. But it's excellent if you have oily skin underneath your eyes, if you have a lot of movement, if you've struggled with creasing. If you've struggled with creasing and things like that, then you would really enjoy this concealer. But like the Catrice one, a very little amount is all you need to get full coverage. And if you apply more, it can start to look really not so good under your eyes. And so there you can see, very small amount, beautiful coverage, and it looks fabulous. For powder, I have two favorites for setting the face and a sponge that I would highly recommend to you that I just discovered from one of our friends here on the channel who recommended it in my most recent video. Thank you, Auntie Liz, once again. This is the Real Techniques Miracle Powder Sponge. And it's excellent for applying powder products onto the skin because it does a beautiful job of giving you that diffused glow, a very soft, filterized look. It's great for powder products. So this is another recommendation from a wonderful friend here on the channel. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder is one of my favorites of the moment for that flawless, filterized look. And it was Yvonne and Violet who recommended I try this powder. So thank you so much. It has become a new love favorite of mine. It is fabulous. And so what I do is I take it on that wet sponge, well, it's not wet, it's just damp, and press it into the skin. And oh my goodness, talk about flawless application. And this stuff lasts a good amount of time too. It's not one of those that's gonna break down quickly on your face. It looks amazing at the end of the day. I have really, really been enjoying it in conjunction with the sponge. Isn't that gorgeous? I absolutely love this stuff. It's amazing. On the high-end side, one of my absolute favorite powder foundation, it's not foundation, powder, setting powders, is from Fenty. This is the Pro Filter setting powder. And again, I love it because it gives that skin this filterized, flawless look to the skin. And when you combine it up with a sponge, and it can be any sponge for that matter, because I've used it like this in the past with a damp sponge, it just looks absolutely flawless on the skin. Is one of my most favorite high-end powders for that very reason. And it lasts all day. I mean, what more could you want from a powder? You want it to look flawless. You want it to last. Check, 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 check. I hope you found value in this today. Let me know what your favorites are for a flawless base. Would love to hear your favorites also, whether they be drugstore or high-end. Please feel free to share them below. And if you are interested in any of the products I shared with you here today, I will have all of them listed and linked for you below in the description box. Thank you, by the way, everyone who has been checking on us with the storm approaching. It is a Monday as I'm filming this. I just had an alert when you heard that text message go off earlier when I was filming that I have to go pick up Gia and Ace from preschool early because of evacuations they're already planning here. We're in Tampa, so we're right in that cone where they're projecting for Ian to go, but I'm personally not worried about it. Like, I don't feel any fear about it. I just feel peace. And I don't feel like we're going to get it as badly as some other areas along the coast are going to get it. So thank you for your prayers. We really appreciate them. We're going to play this by ear. You will still see this video probably on Tuesday, but maybe I'm hoping I'll be able to have a video by Wednesday. We'll see what the power situation is. I don't know. We'll see. But at any rate, I hope that you have a great week ahead. We absolutely will. No matter what's going around us, we will still have a great week. We are going to decree and declare it, and it will be so. I speak love, light, peace, and joy into you and your family and your home. And I hope that you have a beautifully blessed week ahead. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon.